The Stoics believe that wisdom is the key to a good life. But what about foolishness? How can we recognize a person who lacks reason and self-awareness? Here are 6 signs of a foolish person, according to the principles of modern Stoicism. Number 1. Blaming others for their problems. A key tenet of Stoicism is emotional discipline, the ability to remain calm and rational regardless of external circumstances. A foolish person, on the other hand, lacks this self-control and reacts impulsively to situations, often letting emotions like anger, frustration, or fear dictate their actions. These outbursts not only cloud judgment but also lead to regretful decisions and strained relationships. A Stoic recognizes that emotions are natural but believes they should be managed, not given free rein. When someone lashes out in anger, for example, they are allowing an external event to dictate their internal state. This loss of control demonstrates a lack of wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman Stoic emperor, advised in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Foolish individuals tend to blame others, make rash decisions, and escalate conflicts instead of diffusing them. They react before thinking, often making situations worse. The Stoic approach is to pause, reflect, and respond with reason rather than raw emotion. Developing this discipline leads to better relationships, clearer thinking, and a more peaceful life. True strength lies in mastering oneself, not in being controlled by fleeting emotions. Number 2. Reactive and emotional outbursts. Stoicism emphasizes self-control and rational thinking, teaching that emotions should be acknowledged but not allowed to dictate actions. A foolish person, however, lacks this discipline and reacts impulsively, often letting anger, frustration, or fear take over. These emotional outbursts cloud judgment, damage relationships, and lead to regretful decisions. For example, a person who immediately lashes out in anger during a disagreement is not thinking logically. Instead of seeking a solution, they escalate the situation, making it worse. The Stoic approach would be to pause, reflect, and respond calmly. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Fear-driven reactions are equally harmful. Someone who panics in difficult situations often makes poor choices, focusing on immediate relief rather than long-term solutions. Stoicism teaches that external events are beyond our control, but our response to them is entirely up to us. By practicing emotional discipline, we cultivate inner peace and resilience. Instead of reacting blindly, we can choose thoughtful responses that align with wisdom and virtue. The ability to master one's emotions is a sign of strength, while impulsive reactions reveal a lack of self-awareness and control. Number 3. Ignoring reality and facts. Ignoring reality and facts is a clear sign of a weak mind, as it reflects an unwillingness to learn, adapt, or accept the truth. A foolish person clings to false beliefs, even when presented with clear evidence to the contrary. This stubbornness is often driven by ego, fear, or the need to feel right rather than a genuine pursuit of truth. Stoicism teaches that wisdom comes from seeing the world as it truly is, not as we wish it to be. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed." A wise person is open to new information and willing to adjust their views when confronted with facts. On the other hand, those who ignore reality often make poor decisions that lead to suffering. They may refuse to acknowledge personal flaws, reject scientific evidence, or believe in comforting illusions rather than facing hard truths. The ability to accept reality, even when it is uncomfortable, is a mark of intelligence and strength. True growth begins when we let go of falsehoods and embrace truth with an open mind. Number 4. Seeking validation over truth. A foolish person prioritizes validation over truth, constantly seeking approval rather than wisdom. They shape their opinions to align with what is popular or socially acceptable, even if it contradicts reality. This need for external validation makes them easily influenced, insecure, and disconnected from their true beliefs. Instead of standing by their principles, they shift their stance to fit in, fearing rejection or criticism. Stoicism teaches that truth and virtue should be our highest priorities, regardless of whether they are popular. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. B1. A wise person does not seek the approval of others but instead focuses on what is right and just. They understand that external opinions are beyond their control, while their own integrity and wisdom are entirely within their power. When someone values validation over truth, they often engage in dishonesty, hypocrisy, or self-deception. They may adopt beliefs they don't truly hold or pretend to be someone they're not, all for the sake of fitting in. This not only weakens their character but also prevents genuine self-growth. True strength lies in the ability to stand firm in one's convictions, even when faced with criticism or opposition. A wise person welcomes constructive feedback but does not compromise their values for the sake of approval. By prioritizing truth over validation, we cultivate authenticity, wisdom, and inner peace, qualities far more valuable than fleeting social acceptance. Number 5. Resisting change and growth. Resisting change and growth is a hallmark of ignorance, as it reflects a rigid mindset that refuses to evolve. A foolish person fears change, preferring to stay in their comfort zone rather than face the discomfort of learning and adapting. This resistance stems from fear of failure, pride, or a false sense of security in the familiar. However, life is constantly changing, and refusing to grow only leads to stagnation and missed opportunities. The Stoics understood that growth comes through challenges. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Instead of avoiding hardships, a wise person embraces them as chances to develop resilience and wisdom. They recognize that failure is not something to fear but a teacher that offers valuable lessons. A foolish person, however, rejects feedback, avoids new experiences, and resists different perspectives. They may dismiss new ideas simply because they contradict their existing beliefs. This unwillingness to learn limits personal development and often results in frustration when life inevitably brings change. On the other hand, a wise person remains open-minded, continuously seeking self-improvement. They understand that growth requires effort, humility, and the courage to step outside of what is familiar. By embracing change rather than fearing it, they cultivate adaptability, wisdom, and strength. Stoicism teaches that the only thing we truly control is our response to life's challenges. By choosing to view change as an opportunity rather than a threat, we align ourselves with nature's constant flow and unlock our full potential. Number 6. Speaking more than listening. Speaking more than listening is a clear sign of a foolish person. Those who constantly talk without truly listening often do so out of arrogance, insecurity, or a desire for attention. They dominate conversations, eager to share their opinions but uninterested in learning from others. This behavior not only makes meaningful communication difficult but also limits personal growth, as they miss opportunities to gain new insights. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of listening and thoughtful speech. Epictetus advised, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Wise individuals understand that true knowledge comes from observation, reflection, and learning from others. They do not speak merely to hear themselves talk, instead, they choose their words carefully, ensuring they add value to a conversation. A foolish person, on the other hand, often speaks impulsively, offering opinions on subjects they know little about. They interrupt, ignore differing perspectives, and focus more on responding than understanding. This not only damages relationships but also exposes their lack of wisdom. A wise person listens with patience, asks thoughtful questions, and considers multiple viewpoints before forming an opinion. They understand that silence is often more powerful than unnecessary words. By practicing active listening, they build stronger relationships, gain deeper knowledge, and develop greater self-awareness. Stoicism teaches that speech should be purposeful and measured. Instead of speaking to impress, we should speak to express wisdom. In mastering the art of listening, we cultivate humility, understanding, and true intelligence.